going to do a collective reading to check in on our money or money messages using this deck called Wisdom of the Oracle. I will have a link in the description box, which is an affiliate link and allows me to receive a small commission. So if you like this deck, just go ahead and click it and do your purchase, right? So let's go ahead and get started and see what are our messages for the collective when it comes to our money. What do we need to know? What do we need to know about okay. I was planning to take 3 cards and we got 3 cards there. At the bottom, notice it says higher power. So we have the card 4. And at the top, we have yin, which has to do with receiving. And I'm getting the sense of like, we're about to receive some type of guidance, or we're going to receive an actual, like the collective is going to receive, you're going to receive actual, like a boost up when it comes to your finances that is coming from the Most High. And they're wanting you to receive it. You may be required to take certain steps to fully receive this gift. But let's go ahead and let's take a dive. The first card that we have here is card number 44, which says Thinker. Okay, so when it comes to our message, when it comes to the Thinker card, this is a time for you to take some type of action, and it needs to be strategic action. This means like you're coming up with a strategy, you're coming up with a plan, and you're going to take calculated, I'm really hearing calculated risks. The reason that you're being asked to sit down and come up with a strategic plan for whatever it is that you're working on, or however it is that you're planning on manifesting some type of wealth or prosperity, is because this is part of putting in the work. This is something that you're required to do that is going to kind of signal or let the universe know that you are really serious about manifesting your wealth or attracting in your abundance. Know that like by doing this, you are going to have some really good results. And especially if you know, like if you trust and believe that the Most High has your back, and that you actually sit down and you're making you're coming up with your strategy, with your plans, like you're setting your goals, and you are doing it like it's kind of a co-creation, a collaboration with the Most High. And I'm needing to add on that make sure that whatever it is, obviously you want things to benefit you, right? This abundance, this wealth, this prosperity or whatever, but also make sure that it's not just about you, that there is some type of greater good that's going to come along with it. So don't forget that has to do, I'm getting the sense of like that has to do with your actual, hold on, you that what I'm hearing essentially is that this has something to do, number one, I'm hearing penance. So I don't know if we need to, I'm getting a strong yes for I need to look that up. I was not expecting to do so. So that's funny, the phone, my other phone rang and I just put it right back over there on the table. So I've grabbed it and I'm gonna go ahead and look up penance. Okay, so because the definition of penance, the first thing that pops up, it says the act of, where'd it go? Voluntary self-punishment inflicted as an outward expression of repentance for having done wrong. But I got like a strong no for that. I'm getting the sense of like, some of us might still be hanging on to that old story, like of it being a sin to have money or to have an abundance of wealth. I'm hearing, I remember, just growing up, everybody's probably heard it where it's like, there are children in, and it's like, well, I'll just say it, but like your parents might have said like, oh, there are children in Africa that are starving, as if they're, number one, as if they're, all the children in Africa are starving, because I assure you they are not. And also as if, like, I'm from the United States, so that's also assuming that the kids in the United States are not. There are plenty of kids in the United States that starve as well. So, but that's neither here nor there, right? But that was something that was used that kind of made us feel guilty for, and I just saw 909 and then just 911 on the timer. So those might be important for someone. But it's kind of like those were things that inflicted essentially some type of damage or some type of like a way of thinking to where we felt guilt or shame for having an abundance of anything, an abundance of food, an abundance of wealth, an abundance of, whatever, like fill in the blank for yourself, because for all of us, it's going to be something different. But when I read that definition, it was a really strong no for that. So I feel like I need to tell someone that when you're looking at doing something for the greater good, know that you're just, it really just has something to do with being thankful and being grateful, because I'm getting the sense of like the law of attraction. There's something to do with that. There's something to do with the universal laws, where if you're showing the gratitude, if you're grateful for what you have and you're being thankful for what you have, that is a way for you to bring in more. Okay. And when we were taught like not to want an abundance of things, not to want more, to be satisfied with having less, that was actually working as a way of attracting less to us, unbeknownst to you, unbeknownst to us, right? And that's something that just kind of sits with us, or that has sat with a lot of us growing up. And so I just needed to clarify it. You're not doing things for the greater good of the world or of mankind as a way of like atoning because having money is sinful. Absolutely not. You're doing it because in your heart of hearts, you just know like that's just who you are. And that's just what you want to do. That's what sits right with your soul. That's what feeds your soul, essentially. That's what feeds your soul. Nothing more, nothing less. Don't look at it as like you have to do it as a punishment. So I feel like that's kind of a warning of some sense. And then there was something that showed, like it said, the 3 acts of penance. Yeah, and it says the act of making satisfaction. The act of making satisfaction. I'm getting a strong no for that. So I'm really getting the sense of like I needed to look up that definition, because someone needs to know that that's not why you're being asked to put it in there. Like, don't put things in there that are just about, I'm hearing, Father, forgive me for I have sinned. No, that it's not a sin for you to have an abundance. It's not a sin for you to have wealth. It's not a sin, it's just not. So it's not a sin. It's not sinful in nature. Anything else with that? Okay. So moving on to the next card, we have Serendipity that came out, which is card number 18. Okay, so with the serendipity as it relates to your wealth, your money, your prosperity, what I'm getting is that once you have sat down and you've come up with this strategic plan, right? And I'm hearing that you do need to actually have it in writing. Don't just sit and think about it, but you do need to actually put pen to paper. That is a way of manifesting things into your reality. But once you've done that and you've shown the universe, you've shown the Most High that you really are serious about what it is that you're wanting to manifest, or you're serious about this abundance, what you're going to see is like things are going to fall into place. You will, all of a sudden, you're just going to start being in the right place at the right time, right? And because essentially this choice and choices that you've made prior are what have prepared you for what is to come. It says here, like when it relates to this card, this is your lucky moment and the timing is perfect. So now is the time. But I'm kind of getting the sense of like I'm hearing like it is written, right? So I'm getting the sense of like there's some type of contractual agreement between yourself and the universe, yourself and the Most High. Like there's some type of cue, right? A certain cue that's going to let the universe know that you're ready. And it has to do with like, once you're able to, I'm kind of getting the sense of like quiet your thinking, so to speak, quiet some type of negative self-talk, and actually get started. Once you put that pen to paper, like I'm getting the sense of someone like once you start having things, I'm hearing my word is bond, right? So once you start putting that pen to paper, you're going to start taking certain actions. And then it's like, we got it from here. The universe, the Most High is going to step in and they're just going to make things happen. Like that's when things are just going to fall into place. And that's what you need to know. And then the last card that we have here, we have the Observer, which is card number 49. It says the trick is to connect to the essence of your goals and aspirations while letting the form and timing be dictated by spirit. Oh my goodness. Like how, like all of this just lines up perfectly to spirit, the Most High, a higher power, right? Whatever it is that you like to say or believe, or, yeah, there's only one. Because essentially, like for some of you guys, you may be a little bit too focused on like the actual outcome and of like the actual abundance, the actual wealth, that you're not enjoying the process. And this is part of the process, right? You're not enjoying the process and you're doing as opposed to collaborating and co-creating with the Most High. And it's got you in action mode. It's got you, instead of you being in this receiving yin mode, it has you in that yang action mode, right? So you have to find a way to kind of like let go of like whatever attachment you may have formed, not to money, not to wealth, not to anything like that, but to the idea of like, maybe you have it in your mind, like, I'm hearing, I want to be a millionaire so bad, so freaking bad. I think that's what he said. Or he could have said the actual word. I don't remember. That was like a song a long time ago. So like, let's say, for example, you have it in your head, you want to be a millionaire so freaking bad. But I mean, and you're so connected to that outcome, like you have kind of boxed the Most High in. You've boxed yourself in as well with like whatever it is that you're creating, because it could be written that you're meant to be a multimillionaire. It could be that you're meant to be a billionaire. Like, I don't know. It could be that you're going to be just shy of 1 million. Who knows and who cares, right? The actual thing, the goal is that you're safe, that you're secure, that you're getting like that you live in abundance and you have more than what you could ever want, need, or desire. Don't box it in by putting in certain actual, like putting things, like setting things into stone is what I'm getting. Don't do like that. Could be something that has been taking place. Yeah, the perfect version of your abundance is right in front of you. Remain neutral and curious and watch the miracle unfold. I wonder what would happen if, okay? Like, let's say that you're working on, I don't know, something in a business or something like that, and you haven't been really consistently doing, whatever. I wonder what would happen if I did this consistently for 21 days. Just like, you know, they talk about, you know, making making your habits stick, right? Like with exercise. I wonder what would happen if I got up at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, or it doesn't even matter the time, like who cares, right? The goal, the main thing would be, I wonder what would happen if I worked out every day for 21 days. I wonder what would happen. And just be curious. Don't say like, you know, oh, I'm going to lose this much weight, or I'm going to have like this much muscle mass. No, I wonder what would happen. If I worked on my business consistently, or if I did this X, Y, and Z in my business consistently, I wonder what would happen. I wonder what that would look like. Like, and you can have your goals, like, you know, like your starting goals or whatever, but just be like, I wonder how closely, you know, I wonder how close I would get to, you know, my initial goal. Just be curious about that. Yeah. So that's interesting, you guys. But that's essentially the message that we have for you, for whoever this message resonates with, when it comes to your wealth, money, prosperity. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, this message. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the video if you liked it, if you loved it. And you know what? Even if you didn't, this is Misty with the Oracle Evolution. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. I love you so much, and have a fantabulous day. Bye now. Mwah.